I've been talking into this. It was silent. I feel so stupid. I forgot to add myself to the stream. What up, boys? What up, girls? How you guys doing today? And I hope you guys do have a great day because, today's a beautiful day. It's Wednesday. We're halfway through the work week, okay? And let's queue up this ticketer. But today, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope today is something that's going to build, okay? Also, a little news right now. I know Jackson won't care for it, but our man Chip Englund is now the new assistant coach for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He left the team of the San Antonio Spurs where he's been for like the past 15 years. And now he has joined the Oklahoma City Thunder, which I think in its own right will be interesting to see how it all plays out. But obviously, we do hope for the best and that everything works out well for him. But look, the Oklahoma City Thunder are in an interesting situation due to the fact that this is a team that they're trying to improve. Now, as you guys know, I'm going to wait to the other day we talked about Carmelo Anthony going to the Warriors, and of course that's been reported today. But we won't talk about it until our man Jackson gets on, and Jackson's on right on cue. How'd you like Carmelo Anthony going to becoming an option for the Warriors? I don't think he hears me. Can you hear me?
Fuck this.
Yeah. I don't know what you're doing, but I can hear you. You can't hear me, but I think you're gonna have to. I don't know what's happening with your headphones. You still can't hear me. We've never had technical difficulties in a while, but now it looks like there's just a struggle. Also, we can observe him as he does his task. I'm gonna text him. 1 second. No sound. Go to setting. I have no idea how to fix this for him, but it'll be interesting to see.
Dude, fuck this. I can hear you, but
What happened? What's going on with your sound?
just doesn't work anymore. My headphone port for some reason.
So you can only hear through speaker?
Yeah.
Are you right now through speaker?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you were reading my lips, which I was going to be fucking amazed if you were sitting here reading. Because at first I didn't know you had switched over, so I thought you were just. Did you also just hear how that drink opened?
Yeah.
Got one of these like nitro.
Man, I would just love for a coffee. Like I just want to taste a coffee. I don't like those.
Yes. I don't know. Holy fuck! I just looked in the can. The can is missing like this much. The can does not start until here.
You got gypped.
I got gypped. That's kind of ass.
Yeah.
I got it for free.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I wasn't going to complain. Either way, how's Vermont, Virginia?
Nope.
New Hampshire.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
That's
nice
cute.
Vacation.
That is a good vacation. What are you guys even doing?
Jerking
each other off,
boozing and smoking, chilling by the pool.
That's cool. Does he have a pool?
We're at Brian lives in Swaggy lives in a different state. We're at like an Airbnb or a Verbo.
Dude, I've never stayed in a Verbo. What the fuck is a Verbo? Is it the same as Airbnb but nicer?
Yeah.
Because isn't it more for vacation?
Yeah, it's like a whole ass house with like a pool and like 28 rooms. And
oh shit! just
He
like in
was
the
on
middle
28.
of Hampshire? Because is he from Virginia?
No, he lives in Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Yeah, we're in the middle of New Hampshire. We're in the mountains.
Shout out Swaggy, big season. Swaggy, did you ask Swaggy what I asked you yesterday?
Yeah, I want to talk. I want to talk while I'm back home. I did ask him, inquire.
Word, sounds good. Either way, let's hop into what do you think of the Golden State Warriors news? Supposedly the Nets, the Lakers, and the Warriors are the three options for Carmelo. But
Oh wow. Well, if you've been watching Warriors Daily for the last month, you know that that channel's been calling it. So I give a lot of respect, a lot of love to Warriors Daily because they've been saying Melo for a while. So I love it. But he's a good 3-point shooter, but obviously their defense takes a little bit of a hit.
he had a career shooting year.
But like he's no Otto Porter. Like I'd still rather have Otto Porter Jr. than Carmelo Anthony. I don't know if that's a hot take, but like that's I'd rather have a healthy Otto than a healthy Melo right now because Melo also can't stay healthy for extended periods of times. Maybe.
No, but so right here, Sean Devaney of Heavy.com said another team who will fill a big bill by signing Carmelo Anthony would be the Warriors. It would be a nice story if you could go win a ring there, blah, blah, blah. But Golden State has the room for him. He can make the shots they need. They can hide up his defense, which is one of the biggest problems with adding him. If he takes the minimum contract, they have a lot of young guys on the roster. He played with those veterans on Team USA. So for Jonathan Kuminga and Carmelo Anthony to kind of split the Otto Porter role, because it's like 25, 30 minutes a night, you give Carmelo 12 to 15, you get 15 to 20 to Kuminga.
Whoa, flip those immediately. Melo's not going to Golden State unless he's getting at least 20 a night.
I mean,
Melo 12 minutes. He says, go fuck yourself. I'm going to LA.
Okay. Flip it. Okay. Carmelo plays 20 minutes to 25 minutes a night. I mean, he had a career high true shooting year. He shot 57.9%. That's the best true shooting of his entire career.
He was like their best shooter.
He was their best shooter, arguably not named Malik Monk.
Yeah.
And Carmelo, I agree. Like, I don't know. I think, yes, it's the biggest concern is the defense, but I actually just made a video this morning. I said they could run lineups where it's Draymond Green at center, Wiggins at small forward, Klay Thompson at shooting guard, Steph at point, throw Melo at power forward. You have the possibility of just telling Melo, oh, just guard the worst player on the court, like the worst offensive player.
Yeah, they'd be able to figure something out.
He'd look fresh.
What's up?
He'd look fresh in a Warriors jersey.
Yeah, he'd look good. I didn't know they had an open roster spot, but
they have 12 roster spots filled. They have two-way contracts filled, which means out of 17 roster spots, if you include the two-way contracts, they have 3 roster spots available as all the players they brought in are on exhibit 10 contracts. So they do have the guys fighting for those last 3 spots, but they could say fuck those guys and say, oh, those guys only have 2 spots to compete and fill the roster of 13 spots by bringing in Melo.
I'd take McClung, Melo, and
Trevion Williams from Purdue.
Hassan Whiteside.
Hassan
Whiteside.
What would Hassan Whiteside do?
He'd do his job.
He do his job, dude. You remember when
10 to 12 a night.
Hassan Whiteside? I also have donuts right here. Hassan Whiteside, though, dude, is a guy that, in my opinion, first off, you remember when Hassan? I don't know why I'm talking with the donut in my hand, but I was gonna
trying to flag.
Yeah, but this thing looks really good. It is really good. Well, the thing is Hassan Whiteside. You remember back in 2015 or 2013 or 2014 when they gave him, what was it, like 4 years, $150 million to the Heat? Hassan Whiteside was a dog, and he had a rejuvenated himself in Portland, but he was kind of ass in Utah.
He was putting up 3.7 blocks a game, if I'm not mistaken. I just know that I feel uncomfortable if Draymond Green were to go down again and Kevon Looney were to like he's reliable and you don't really have that issue, but if it happened, I don't really feel great. So I would go. I still want a rim protector or someone
James
who's going to
Wiseman.
grab rebounds. James Wiseman. No, because I don't think James Wiseman. This is a hot take here, probably. I don't think James Wiseman will get that much run this season because I mean he doesn't. This guy does not fit in the Warriors system like at all as of right now, from what I've seen. Like, but then again, it's the summer league, but he's always trying to make a play, and I feel like that's just like his MO. But you can't do that in Golden State. So um, unless they give him a role where it's just like go do your own thing, but that's not the Warriors' way. So yeah, I'm getting Whiteside.
I don't think Hassan Whiteside fits in there because I think they paid Kevon Looney a shit ton of money because I think they have faith in Kevon Looney. And plus, Kevon Looney was a dog during the playoffs.
He's vital.
And I think, yeah, James Wiseman does not fit. But people forget James Wiseman is going to, when he plays, he's going to have an Evan Mobley effect, I think.
Well, he's gonna get those blocks. What I'm just saying is I don't know how much run. I don't see Wiseman get more than 20 minutes a night.
Yeah, so
Well, I don't know how much like I don't. I guess I see what you're saying, but I don't
he
know.
doesn't need to play much. We need him to play 10 to 20 minutes at most.
Hassan Whiteside's like 2 years off of his crazy season in Portland. I mean, I want someone to give him a chance.
Send him to Brooklyn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine him in Brooklyn. That actually would be dope. Kyrie, pick and rolls. They need a big
I'm
man.
thinking, yeah, I see what you mean, but I'm thinking more of like how bum shit their defense is and how Hassan would help them out with his 3 blocks per game.
I don't know if Hassan's coming in and blocking 3 shots a game. I think maybe
Oh, we
close.
did it 2 seasons ago. So
Did he actually with Portland?
yeah.
No, okay, maybe, yeah.
He's a dog. I don't like. I see what you mean. There's this like this big decline of Hassan Whiteside. Like
It's the league. It's the you can't have a big man and he can't go on the perimeter. He's a less mobile Rudy Gobert.
I have a lot of issues with that. The second the Golden State Warriors disassemble, big men will be back. They're already back. You don't have an MVP and a runner-up MVP be big men and have that be like a dying position.
No, I don't think it's a dying position.
No,
I think Hassan Whiteside is Taco Fall. Hassan Whiteside. Who's another guy?
Taco Fall sucks at basketball.
Taco Fall fucking sucks at basketball. That's what I'm saying. But the problem is the mobility. Hassan Whiteside, when you have a player like him, why I think a team like the Nets could get away with him is you basically play, he has to sit in the paint. He sits in the paint. So what happens is basically teams can go 5 out and they're going to hunt him in mismatches on pick and rolls and like picks. They're going to switch him all the time. And imagine Hassan Whiteside being switched on to, Jason Tatum or
Just get him in a zone. Send him to Miami.
You don't play zone in the NBA though. If you have to play a zone,
Miami loves a good zone.
Miami does love a good zone. And again, Miami, like you just said, Miami might be the perfect place for him, but they already signed. Like Miami might, like you just said it. They signed Dwayne Dedman instead. But if they hadn't signed, he's cool. If they had signed Dwayne Dedman, then I'd be like Hassan Whiteside would be right there. Because you got to think of a team who's willing to run a zone. Maybe you're right. Maybe a team like the Warriors would be willing to run a zone, or maybe the Nets. You know, it's another team that, as we were talking, I'm like, holy fuck, why don't they sign him as a third string big man? I know he doesn't shoot 3-pointers, but the Milwaukee Bucks. You know, Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, and then you have as your third string if, you know, Brook Lopez ever gets hurt, Hassan. And you just tell Hassan, yeah, you don't shoot 3-pointers, but you know what? Just chuck them. Just chuck them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious then what your thoughts on are like Andre Drummond then.
I fucking hate Andre Drummond. First off, he was at
you.
You like Andre Drummond?
Yeah, he's my backup center.
Okay, Andre Drummond. First off, I used to love Andre Drummond when he came out of UConn. My first jersey I ever owned was a number 1 Andre Drummond. Because people forget that Andre Drummond wore number 1 in his rookie year for the Pistons and then switched to 0. And I traded it for an 1/8 of oil when I was in the sophomore year, but the drug dealer, very disappointing. I traded a lot of jerseys for.
Imagine you have one jersey. You know what? You want to hear this? Real quick preach session here. You don't like Andre Drummond because
you went to David Dobrik's party
jersey, and you loved it so much, and it got you into basketball, and you slept in it, and you wore it to school, and you had your first kiss, and all these things in your Andre Drummond jersey. You're in your number 1. I'm number 1. I'm Andre Drummond. I'm the next Andre Drummond. I'm number 1. I'm Andre Drummond. And then one day you use it to buy a little bit of weed, and you're like, wow, I'm retarded. But you don't want to say it at the time. You don't want to be like, oh, I'm retarded. So you developed subconsciously this hatred for Andre Drummond, and now you don't like Andre Drummond because you hate yourself. Just kidding.
Okay. So let's actually tell you the story on why I don't like Andre Drummond. Well, that was a burp. Okay, but Andre Drummond, as you guys remember, he was on the Pistons. And I loved him. I was like, Andre Drummond's a guy. He averages 18 points a night, 16 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals. He dishes out 3 assists a night. Like, I'm like, Andre Drummond is underrated, no matter how small his feet are. And he wears size 18. I wear size 13, and he's just a foot taller than me. There's a problem there. Okay. Like, he only has 5 shoes down smaller than me. And look, the reason why Andre Drummond, in the past 3 years, Andre Drummond has played for 4 NBA teams. And Andre Drummond, as much as I love him, do you remember when he was on the Los Angeles Lakers after he got bought out by the Cleveland Cavaliers? That man sucked. That man sucked on the Lakers. Like, you remember the playoffs? He was literally giving up points because he was talking to people who were sitting sideline. He was like, what's up, dab up, dab up. You just saw some guy do like a windmill dunk. He's like, oh, shit, I was supposed to be running back on defense. Okay. And then he goes to the 76ers and the Nets this past season. Well, Nets, then 76ers. And obviously, like, he was better on, you could say, on the Nets than he was on the Sixers. He played less minutes, but dude, like,
money for both of them.
My thing is what happened to Andre Drummond? Like, on the Pistons, he was a dog. Like, he was the number 1 guy. He was a beast. Okay, a guy was grabbing like 20 and 20 every other night. And now when he joins a team, when he joins like a franchise contenders, why is he not? Was he just a decent player putting up really good stats on a bad team, kind of like Aaron Gordon was?
Well, 100%. But you also got to keep in mind, I mean, he's not starting. He's getting.
How much do you play Andre Drummond?
What?
How much would you play Andre Drummond?
35 minutes a night.
How much?
35.
You would start Drummond?
I mean, not on the Bulls, but
I actually love that idea. The Bulls.
If he wins a starting job, give him 30 a night. Yeah, please. Be my guest.
Why aren't the Bulls signing Drummond
right now?
Drummond's perfect on the Bulls. Tell me I'm wrong.
He is perfect on the Bulls, and we're going to utilize him, or we're going to rejuvenate his career, and then he's going to sign a long-term
or the Knicks
with us, and we're going to get rid of Vucevic because he can't play defense, and it's going to be perfect.
I like a Vuce Drummond rotation.
Yeah, right. That sounds enticing?
Because then you go like, okay, we need points. Put Vooch out there. Oh shit, we need defense. Put Drummond out there.
Yeah. So this past season, Philly only played 18 a night. I guess I see what you mean. He put up 6 points, 9 rebounds. I'm still taking that. Then he goes to Brooklyn, gets 22 a night.
It was
He does
flip. Wasn't he first on the Nets, and then he was part of the trade that sent him to the Sixers? Or did he start out on the Sixers?
I thought he signed in free agency on the Sixers.
Oh shit, you're right. He signed it on the Sixers. Might be. Holy shit. Also, Drummond's on the Bulls. Drummond's on the Bulls, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is we have Drummond. So he starting job's his to get. If apparently that's the rumor. Apparently is there's
wait, they're not giving Vooch the starting job even though they're paying him 35.
No, I wouldn't either because he can't play defense. Like I cannot play defense. He can't play a cent for defense. He plays so small, and he's a huge liability in every way, shape, and form except for offense. But
this is a good segue. What's the starting lineup then for the Bulls? Should it be Levine, Lonzo, DeMar, Vooch, and Drummond?
Whoa. Real quick, Andre Drummond in 24 starts last season and only 22 minutes put up 12 points per game and 10 rebounds in a block and a half. So,
yeah,
or a block. But he's that guy. Anyways,
he's still good. He's a good.
The starting lineup next year for the Chicago Bulls basketball roster:
Drummond and Vooch,
Lonzo Ball, Zach Lavin, DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, Nikola Vucevic. I'm giving Drummond.
Do Bulls faithful like Pat Williams? Because it seems like y'all are like kind of like torn apart if Pat Williams is good. Sorry for cutting you off.
I can't wait for him to have his breakout season this year because he only played in 17 games last year and he shot drum roll, please. Well, first off, he shot 39% in his first season, and then drum roll, please. He shot. It's more fun if you join in. 52% in the regular season. So I'm very hopeful for Patrick Williams' ascension on the offensive end. And then if we look at the 5-game playoff stint that he actually had a nice 3-point improvement. And he was one of our better players in the playoffs. He played good amount, got 12 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, a steal, took a lot of threes per game, shot him at a 33.3% clip, which I'll still take. But if he can just develop some type of go-to on offense, or if he can develop just more skills on the offensive end, I mean, I see him being like a Scotty-esque Barnes, probably not as good of a passer and ball handler, but
I see him more as a
Kawhi Leonard.
A very poor man's Kawhi Leonard, but I was going to say
first couple season Kawhi Leonard. Right?
I'm trying to think of a player that's more
Kawhi Leonard, guess stats in his second year. Kawhi Leonard.
I guess, yeah, but I don't think he'll ever reach that level. I think a poor man's Kawhi Leonard.
But why not? If we look at the stats,
could Pat Willis be an all-star? Yeah.
He started in all games, 58. He started in 57 games, 31 minutes a night, and only put up 11 points per game, 12 points per game. Season after that, slight increase to 13. And then we saw the ascension into 16 and a half, and then we see the Kawhi Leonard we know and love today. But I think, breakout season on the way, and I can't wait.
Yeah, no, I didn't even think about that. I mean, it's a great point you bring up. I think one of the things people need to realize is that when you have a guy, also, we'll have to talk about some Golden State Warriors news because some Draymond Green news just broke. But
oh, really?
Yeah, he wants a max contract.
Okay. I want to be emperor of the world.
Well,
give me max contract. Otherwise, I'm going to a contending team, and so he wants a max contract so he can get his podcast production up or something.
Probably
because he's 32 years old. I'm not every single year. I don't understand what. who he thinks he is, to be honest with you. But
First off, before we continue, what's up, Mr. 81? What's up, McSeason? What's up, Rocket News? What's up, Swaggy? But before we go on that news, Patrick Williams, I like him. He's got a lot of potential. I think when he came out, I said he could follow the footsteps of Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Jimmy Butler as guys who start off as defensive players for the first 2 to 3 seasons. We don't see much offensive improvement in terms of stats. And then in his 3rd or 4th season, we will see him break out as that offensive player who becomes one of the perennial best two-way threats in the NBA. I do still believe that. Now, this is the year 3, that we need to see the steps be taken to achieve that goal of becoming an offensive and defensive-minded player, which I think at the very least he needs to average close to 10 points and shoot like close to 40% from 3.
which he's career higher than that. So
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He shot 39% his rookie season and 52% last season.
Good shit. I did not know that. So with
But
that being said,
you got to see a breakout.
yeah,
No,
it doesn't. He
damn,
doesn't have to
but-
come out and be a 20-point scorer. He just has to take a step forward, right?
Yeah. Like what he did
Now-
in the playoffs, like 12 points per game.
Yeah, 100%. He was actually. I
That's cool.
forgot all about Pat Williams in the playoffs. Now, with that being said, let's go over this Draymond Green news. Are you someone who thinks that's just ridiculous that he's asking for that kind of for a max contract?
When's he going to be a free agent?
Oh, let me look. Because I had not checked.
I mean, it's not right now, right? So he's going to be at least 33. Wanting a max.
Draymond Green signed a deal back in. His deal expires after the 2023 to 2024 season. But let me see if there's an option.
Dude, okay.
There's a player option. So this is the
Okay.
last year of his contract.
Okay. This man's at 34 asking for a max. I mean, he'll probably get a max because the way money is, and yeah. But I actually hope that that's really interesting. I really hope that I guess Jonathan Kuminga has a breakout year if I'm Golden State. I can say bye-bye, Dre. As shitty as it sounds,
Wouldn't it
I
be
mean,
Wiseman you want to have the breakout year?
I think Kuminga is a potential Hall of Fame player.
Oh shit.
I think that dude, I wouldn't max him even in the slightest. Can you max a player for like 1 year?
I was thinking the same thing. You took the words out of my mouth. Like, can you max a guy for 1 or 2 years? Like, can I give him like 40 million for like 80 million over 2 seasons?
I bet you could.
Yeah, that's the question. Like,
You could.
is there like a structure? You know, like how isn't it baseball? They have like structure, like every year you have a structured amount of money you can be offered like through arbitration. Like it's like, isn't baseball super like weird with like how contracts are structured?
Yeah, I don't even understand. There's no salary cap in baseball, so I don't even really understand that from the slightest.
Nor do I. I don't get baseball. Baseball is like such a foreign sport to me.
Yeah.
I thought you were a baseball guy. I thought you like balls in your mouth. I don't know why I said that.
I like baseball. I used to play it. I like going to games and eating food.
Well, were you a fielder?
I played right field, which was the most important. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I liked second base. That was my position.
Oh,
Yeah.
you seem like you were. I bet you were good at fielding balls.
I've seen a ball or two.
Have you ever been hit in the face?
No, but that's why I quit baseball. I got jammed in the elbow and it hurt too much from some kid who was like way bigger than me. And I was like, this is bullshit. I'm out.
What do you threw a baseball at you?
No, I was batting, dude. This kid was like, obviously I wasn't even 5 feet when I got to high school. So this is like freshman year of high school. And I'm like 4'11", and this kid's like 6'2", and he yokes my elbow when I was batting. And I was like, yeah, that's it. I'm done. I knew immediately. I'm done. That was it. So, yeah.
I remember my freshman year. It was my last year playing football. I gave myself one more year of playing football to see if I could be a football player, and that's when I realized freshman year, like, people are born football players. Football players are not created. Okay. And I remember I was on punt return, and all I remember is the football being snapped, and I'm running to go cover the punt. And one of my boys who I worked at McDonald's with crack blocks me from like the side. Like, I think I probably flew like 10 feet. Like Michael Richardson, he was like 6'6", and I just look over and he's over me going like screaming. I'm like, it's practice, dude. It's fucking practice. Like, I'm not trying to get crack blocked, blindsided like there. And I just got up and I was like, this isn't fun. This isn't fun. This is like, or like we would do tackling drills, and this kid Will Schmidt would turn his body into dead weight, so it'd be hard to pick him up. And I'm like, dude, you're being an asshole. Like, you're making this harder for me to tackle you because you're making yourself dead weight, so I can't pick you up. And then when I would let him tackle me, I would make myself a little feather, so like it'd be easy to pick me up and he'd look cooler. Like, but then I would try and I'd be over here struggling to lift him. I'm like, you're clearly setting your weight down. You know?
What's that drill in football where you like turn around and just deck each other?
Oklahoma.
Yeah, I fucking hate that one.
I actually love
hate that so much, dude. Fuck.
Oklahoma. Well, a real Oklahoma is you have two linemen, a linebacker, and a running back. I love playing the linebacker and the running back. So what you do is you guys have the things and you say hike, and the running back has to get into the end zone. Yeah. The lineman and the linebacker have to stop you from getting in the end zone. It's like a goal line drill. Oh my God. The favorite is being the linebacker because you put your helmet down and you lead with your helmet and you just submarine through everybody.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of CTE with that, but like, it's definitely so much fun. That's another thing. Bring helmet to helmet contact. I love putting my helmet down and just submarining through people and just fucking taking out heads.
Being a linebacker, man, that sounds a lot more fun. I only remember just like two dudes, line of scrimmage, whistle blows, try and kill each other, and I hated that.
No, I played outside linebacker, and I just loved it because I would just put my helmet down and I just try to give concussions.
Jesus.
I would lead always with my helmet, and I always try to go for people's ear holes.
Oh, no. All right, never played football with ear hole.
I fucking love. Or the other thing was, I used to, because I played line, I would take my forearm and I would hit your forearm or my hand, and I would hit your ear hole.
I like that. I
would smack your ear hole as hard as I could when I ran by you, and then just because I saw John Randall do that in a video.
Oh, word.
And this one's illegal, but back in the day, Deacon Jones, he used to go with two hands and slam your ear holes.
Yeah, it's fucking very illegal.
That's like so illegal. He would just go and clap your ear holes so your ears would be ringing, and then he would run past you.
I hate that. No.
All right, so apparently, according to Rockets News on Twitter, according to The Athletic, including this coming season, a max extension. Oh, let's just show you guys the Athletic article because I play for that.
Hey.
All right. Let me pull this up. Oh, yeah. Tell me if it's good. Yep, it's good. All righty. Where is it? I think it's this one. Let me make sure this is the right thing right here, but we'll talk about Draymond Green and the possibilities of where he could go. So here we are. Yep, this is the right article. So Warriors financial collision course. 4 players, 4 tough contracts. Let's talk about it. So listen to this. There's a solution. Pay everybody. Draymond Green and Andrew Wiggins and all those guys. And okay, check this out. The Warriors can pay everybody and reward all of them with hefty contracts and lock in the core for several extra seasons. There's no CBA rule preventing that. It just wouldn't be viable for this franchise, according to sources. Extending all those players would lock in an astronomically high luxury tax penalty, slingshotting their current bill with salary plus tax of they're paying $362 million for their current roster. And if they extend everybody, they would break $400 million a year for their roster with penalty. And so basically, Lake Up told last month that those numbers aren't even remotely possible, indicating a $400 million bill would be too steep. So all the players are under contract. And let's go through the guys that so basically, ramification is inevitable. Pay legends, risk losing the youth. Pay the youth, risk alienating the legends. Pay nobody, create a tension-filled locker room for Steve Kerr to steer. The drama will begin soon. So let's dig into the situations. So we'll start with Draymond Green right here, guys. Seems like 4 players that they have to talk about. So according to sources, Draymond Green wants and believes he deserves a max contract. On August 3rd, he becomes eligible to sign a 4-year deal, and that is his desired length. After playing as a front runner for the Defensive Player of the Year award before an injury shortened his regular season, and then he came back and led the Warriors to a championship, he's set to make $25.8 this coming season and $27.5 the following year on a player option. He can decline it and become a free agent. So the maximum Green could sign starting next week is a 4-year, $138.4 million deal. His starting number for a max extension is only $3.4 million higher than his option. So it's certainly not a ridiculous raise or an uncontrollable tax spike. However, the deal in its final year would mean he would be 37 at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
So pay Draymond or not?
Well, the obvious, most logical answer is no. As far as doesn't make much sense. Or maybe that's not obvious. I'm paying Draymond Green. I mean, I'm putting my ego aside. Maybe a trade comes in the works once he hits 35, 36, so you don't have to be paying him $30 million a year. But I think Draymond is the most important piece of puzzle or the pie or whatever pizza. So I don't think they win in 2015 without him. And I would definitely pay Draymond Green. Although I would try and make something happen. I would even be more down to pay him more money. Is that the max though?
That's the max. That's the max that they can pay him due to the NBA rule. If you watched my video yesterday, I posted. It's called extendability. You can only extend a player if he's not super max eligible. You can only extend him for 120% more than he currently makes, which in theory sounds like a lot, but it only means it's only I think it's a 10 less than $10 million raise.
Yeah, I mean, the money doesn't seem too bad. I was expecting something ridiculous, but yeah, I'm paying Dre. Yeah. Are you?
I'm paying Dre, yes, and I'm gonna talk to Dre and be like, "Look, you're either gonna have to retire during this deal, or we're trading you, because if he retires, the money comes off the books, unless." They do what nice teams do, and usually when a player retires, they give him some of the money of his final year that he would have gotten as a parting gift. I'm pretty sure the Dallas Mavericks gave Dirk Nowitzki $20 million for his retirement. A lot of NBA teams will be okay, you're retiring, so you can just have whatever your signing bonus would have been this year, whatever you would have gotten for being on the roster, the roster bonus.
I don't know why, but I think the Warriors end. I sense some drama ensuing. I'm thinking some egos might collide, and that I think they might all. No, yeah, he's shaking his head. I don't think Dre retires as a Warrior. I don't think Steph retires.
I agree with that. I don't know about
Klay. Definitely isn't retiring as a Warrior.
Klay, you took it out of my mouth. I think Klay and Dre are the most likely not to retire as Warriors. Steph Steph. His game, I think, will age fine.
Yeah.
Like, because at the end of his career, all they're gonna do is tell him just shoot threes, don't do anything else. And I can't see them getting rid of Steph. I can't see them because I think Steph will stay or Steph will retire if he does. It just doesn't make any sense. But Klay Thompson, dude, I'm just waiting for the day that he's like in a different jersey. Like Klay Thompson's gonna be like on the Charlotte Hornets in 2 years. You know,
I like that. I think he's very replaceable right now.
like I think Klay will be. I think Klay will be the first one out of the three to leave.
Oh, okay.
Because I think Draymond Green, yes, Klay's game arguably will age more gracefully, but the injuries he has aged Klay way faster than Draymond has aged. And I think Draymond, if he does get traded, he would be traded. He's the type of guy that gets traded mid-season to another team or in the offseason, and Draymond, whatever team he goes to, he'll win a championship and then retire and just say, I was able to win a championship, 5 championships with the Warriors, and I was able to win one without the Warriors. I'm the real champ. I don't need them, and then retire.
He's like Tom Brady.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. Draymond.
I like that take. Steph staying, Klay going first. I mean, Klay still had a great season. He still put up 20. He still put up 20 in the playoffs, or maybe he was at 19. But yeah, I think the shooting numbers were down maybe from like 41, 42 to like 38, 39, 37. But yeah, the injuries are definitely going to speed this whole process up. I just don't know how much of, because it's not like Klay had the same impact as he was when he was before he was injured, but he still had an impact.
100%. I think already this season, I think Klay's going to come in and be the 4th or 5th option in the starting lineup.
It's money. Is Klay better suited for a bench role?
I don't even. We'll have to wait to see. I don't want to say that, but I just looking at he's still a good defender, but already he can't defend guards anymore. He can only guard some guard. He can only guard some wings. He mainly has to guard slower footed players. He's still great off ball and in catch and shoot scenarios, like Rock and News says. It just comes down to like, with Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins, I expect him to take a bigger role next year. Likewise with Moses Moody and Kuminga. I just see if any of those guys out of Curry and Green, like they're not going to take shot attempts away from Curry or Poole. They'll take some away from Green. Green doesn't even shoot either way. It's going to be Klay Thompson who's going to have to lose some touches. And again, it comes back to,
I think he was.
I think right here, Space Cowboy said his defense took the biggest hit. He wasn't guarding the best guy anymore. Best right there. It's like with Klay Thompson, as much as I love Klay Thompson, I think if you're a Warriors fan and you don't admit that Klay Thompson, like the regress wasn't big. It wasn't a big regression, but any Warriors fans knows that this Klay Thompson we saw this past season wasn't the Klay we had known.
Yeah. Because taking way more threes.
Yeah, I mean they kind of just made him just a shooter. But let's look at this.
He had his moments.
Space Cowboy said it pretty well. It's funny because in his prime, if he got scored on, he would complain, which was rare. But now, since it's frequent, he looks like a light-skinned LeBron with all his complaints. That's Space Cowboy. You said it kind of right. Klay Thompson was complaining a lot. And I think, I think Klay Thompson at this point is more of an offensive player than defensive player.
Yeah.
So I think, Green will get the extension. Don't worry about it. Now, let's go over to Wiggins. Wiggins. What to do?
Is this your boy?
Is
this your boy?
Yeah, I mean, I like Wiggins. You went to KU, and I think it's interesting due to the fact that, listen, this is a team that they need to keep Andrew Wiggins. If anybody was gonna benefit from having Andrew Wiggins on their team for long term, it's them. And they could probably get him for cheap. And they're the only ones who could unlock him.
Why can they get him for cheap?
Because right now, 20
all-star starter.
So right now, Wiggins had the max contract for his rookie year. After his rookie contract, for a rookie contract, he got the max what a rookie could get. Now he's a guy that with a 20% raise, he would be making max extension money, and the negotiations obviously won't, meet there. They're going to start below the max. And the thing is you look over here that Andrew Wiggins, he became the best rebounder he's ever been in his career. He scored super efficiently. He guarded Doncic, Tatum. You could argue he was the second best playoff player on the Golden State Warriors in terms of consistency. He doesn't turn 28 till February. He's a durable two-way wing. So Wiggins' next contract is going to be $35 million a year or more. And you look at this. Do you keep Wiggins or do you extend Wiggins and then try to trade him to a team like the Pistons or the Raptors or the Nets? What do you do with Wiggins? Do you think Wiggins is still a reclamation project that just keep chipping away at him? He's only going to be 28. He's 27 years old, which means you could turn him into the best player in the league in the next 5 years, within the next 5 years, because he has the tools to be the Maple Jordan.
I think I could see Andrew Wiggins being like a Kawhi-esque. I mean, he had a really good regular season. He had a really good start, especially, and then kind of tailed off a little bit post All-Star break, if I'm not mistaken.
Even in that his first year there, he was like a 20-point scorer.
Well, he still is he not?
He's like high teens. High teens.
Yeah, so playoff Andrew Wiggins was unbelievable. I guess it depends on what price you can get. And yeah, I mean he's a phenomenal defender. He's kind of like the new era Draymond Green. Like if I was building around Moody, Poole, and Wiseman, he's kind of like that Draymond Green to that group, in my opinion. So yeah, he's still extremely young. He's still 27 years old. You sign him to a big contract and you'll have him in his prime. And defensively, he'll always – I mean, he's a 40% three-point shooter, and he's got elite defense. So you'll always be able to get something back for him if push comes to shove.
I'm gonna shout this little – if you guys want to read a good article that I wrote about Andrew Wiggins, click that link I just put in the chat right here. I wrote an article – for the Kansas.com called Andrew Wiggins Obstacles in His Development from KU to Golden State. So if you want a good read that article. I wrote it about a month ago. But either way, and the Warriors communication team denied me, and also so did KU Athletics for comment. I asked them both to comment, and they both didn't decline to comment on the article. So fuck them. But Either way, I think Andrew Wiggins, Space Cowboy said it best. You can't trade him because he's your best. That league can give my phone rabies. No thanks. But Wiggins is by far your phone's best. Not phones. Your team's.
I'm gonna read this after. You have got a shitty picture as it, but.
Yeah, that wasn't my choice. They chose we had to use pictures we took, and that was a picture that was like in our archives from like 10 years ago. And that's the only picture they gave me the chance to use. So wasn't my editor chose that picture. I don't really care for the pictures. I just write this shit. Like right now I wrote an article of why there should be 3 sports leagues, a women's only, a men's only, and a gender inclusive league. And that was a hard one to write, bro.
I can't wait to read that one.
try not to be politically driven, but at the same time trying to be a sports fan and be like, yeah, people should like women should only compete against women and men should only compete against men. And then if you guys want to have a third league where everyone can be like a co-ed, that's cool. And like not trying to sound like a dick was like really hard. And I'm like,
It'd be man's woman's football.
it's gender inclusive, like gender inclusive bathrooms. My whole argument was when you take a test, you don't get upset that someone's better at a test than you. Like someone's like when you get a grade, you're not mad that so and so got a better grade than you because people are naturally smarter than other people. You don't get upset that someone's smarter than you because that's fair. And sports are about being fair. So that's what my article's written about. They're still editing it because, again, I go to a liberal ass school. So I also put a quote in there that says, if you're offended, it doesn't mean you're right. Ricky Gervais. I also wrote a quote say that we quoting Starship Troopers. Have you seen that movie, Starship Troopers?
No.
Okay, they play this game called Jump Ball. It's like arena football, but with girls playing quarterback. And like with guys, I'm not even gonna tell you the reference because the reference won't make sense if you haven't seen Starship Troopers. But Andrew Wiggins, resign or no?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go to the next guy, Jordan Poole. Anthony Simons got 4 years, $100 million. Jalen Brunson got 4 years, $104 million. I think that's the framework for a Jordan Poole deal.
Mm-hmm. I concur.
Also, why is this pissing me off so hard? I gotta. Do you see Jordan Poole's shooting sleeve? This is really pissing me off. If you're gonna wear a shooting sleeve, wear it fucking right. This is a forearm strap, huh?
Shooting sleeves are ugly as fuck. He's got it the right way.
Shooting sleeves are literally. I love shooting sleeves. This is like the elbow pad.
On the.
I think Space Cowboy, if she was pregnant, I think she would have missed the whole season.
Yeah. Maybe he's saying she got knocked up like in the Western Conference Finals or the conference championship game, and then she couldn't participate in the Super Bowl because she had
all right, wait, I
gotta do Super Bowl sex.
All right, so let me show you the reference. So I ended my article saying, don't expect Dizzy Flores to be throwing touchdown passes to Johnny Rico like in a jump ball game in the movie Starship Troopers. So jump ball star. This is geek. You're about to geek the fuck out. There's Denise Richards.
I love Denise Richards.
I would fuck the shit out of her. I would suck a fart out her ass.
That's realistic.
Yeah. You should watch this movie. I think it's on HBO. Dude, Denise Richards would look so good with a dick resting on her chin.
Oh, is that the guy in Twister?
Yeah, I think this is the guy from Twister. All right, ready? This is the best part. Wait, oh, fucking Christ. Isn't this movie great?
I don't know, and I don't get any of it, and it doesn't even seem interesting to me. And
you don't like it? You're not Starship Troopers?
I don't get this at all. Where was the funny part?
Okay, right here. It's a girl playing quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
This is the whole part. I forgot what part of the movie that you see a girl play quarterback. There she's playing quarterback.
Who's the coach of this team? Oh, geez. Never mind.
The way he does the backflip.
What?
Wait, I
when's
think the
this
game
movie
ends
from?
with time expiring.
Is this from the 90s?
Huh?
Is this from the 90s?
Yeah, it's Starship Troopers. You've never seen the cult classic Starship Troopers?
No.
Okay, you're missing out. Space Cowboy. Yes, that would happen. Either way, back to Jordan Poole. What do you think Jordan Poole should get? 4 years, 100 million?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, fuck, dude. Is the rookie contract extension date on the start of the season? Is it after? Is it before? I know, but when's the season start? Isn't that right around when the season starts?
Like Halloween. That's near. Literally, it says right here. That's the rookie extension deadline near the beginning of the regular season.
That's what I'm saying. But when's the regular season? After that?
Yes, jackass. The regular season starts literally the week of Halloween for besides the COVID years for the past 15 years.
Well, how am I supposed to know that?
Because you watch the
years
NBA.
been going on for 3 straight years.
Fuck you.
I would pay Jordan Poole 4 years, $100 million. That sounds fine. It's risky, especially because Moses Moody is going to be, dare I say, better. Dare I say it?
Listen to this. Poole averaged 24.7 points on 47.3% overall shooting and 41.9% from three in the final 21 games of the regular season, filling in as a starter after Curry went down. He made an NBA high 85 threes in March and April combined. He led the NBA in free throw percentage of 92.5% for the season. He averaged 17 points, 51% from the field, 39% from three, and 92% from the free throw line during the 22 playoff games, scoring 14, 14, and 15 in the last three finals wins to put away the Celtics. This appears to be a high usage yet efficient player with really good stats.
I don't understand how John Morant wins most improved when Jordan Poole literally was in the G League last season.
Or Miles Bridges.
Yeah.
And now we'll go to the last guy.
2
years, $83.8 million left on his deal.
Christ. Jesus.
Klay Thompson made $106 million while playing only 32 games over the past 3 years.
Yeah, he's doing just fine. Everyone feels sorry for him. He's sitting pretty freaking pretty, man. So
they're trading Klay.
This dude's got $83 million on his contract the next 2 years.
They're trading Klay.
Bro, get rid of that man.
They're trading
No,
Klay,
I don't
right?
think they're trading him.
They're trading Klay. You have to.
No, I don't want to. Go watch the Summer League, Space Cowboy.
Moses Moody was insane in the Summer League. I think you trade Klay Thompson and you start playing Moses Moody and Jordan Poole.
Hey, all right, bet. I bet. You convinced me. It's just a sad day.
It's just sad to see it, but at this point, I say let's trade Klay Thompson for Terry Rozier, Kelly Oubre, and I'm dead serious. Look at this.
Kelly Oubre. If Kelly Oubre ever goes back to the Golden State Warriors, I will not watch him because
he was a 40% three-point shooter. He was one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA. So let's trade.
Kelly Oubre doesn't fit in the system.
Okay, if it's not Terry Rozier, let's combine Gordon Hayward and Kelly Oubre and 2 first-round picks.
What?
2 first-round picks, Gordon Hayward and Kelly Oubre for Klay Thompson. Or
I'm all set, bro. Thank you for calling, but I'm all set.
What about Kelly Oubre, Mason Plumlee?
I'm all set. All set. Whenever I hear that name, I'm all set.
You don't want
the Warriors.
Kelly Oubre played for the Warriors.
He doesn't know how to play with Steph Curry. I guarantee you, he does not know how to play with Steph Curry.
He played with Steph Curry.
People don't realize how hard it is to find players who fit well with Steph Curry and their system. Isn't Kelly Oubre the guy who like didn't score for like 2 straight weeks or something? What was he? He was shooting like 21% for the whole fucking year. What was it? He can't play.
All right. To wrap up this episode, what do you think of the Miami Heat? We did talk Warriors for like 40 fucking minutes.
Haven't they had their fun?
Huh?
Haven't they had their fun?
I know. It kind of went really quick. It was actually enjoyable talking about
it. It's good for clips. I'll post them.
Yeah.
On the
good shit. What do you call it? The Miami Heat are out of the Kevin Durant sweepstake. It was announced.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. If you can't trade Bam, I mean.
And he wants to go there to play with Bam.
Yeah, but they don't have anything else.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's no reason to trade for Durant. All right. That's today's episode. Thank you for checking it all out. Go check out Jackson on all his channels. Links are in the description. Go check me out. Like and subscribe. Be a friend. Tell a friend. And if you didn't like this show, just forget it ever happened. Okay? Jackson is going to go enjoy the pool, some New Hampshire air.
We're going to do a swimming hole.
You're going to a swimming hole?
Yeah.
Try to touch the bottom.
Oh, definitely not.
No. Okay, bud. We'll talk later.
Yeah, have a good one.
Peace out, dude.